Hi, everybody. My name is Leela Meinke, and my Stampin' Up! Business is Serenity Cards and Coaching, and you can find me at leelameinke.com. And today's video is about the new Stampin' Up! Planner. I'm going to share, I wrote 4 PDFs, and I'm going to talk us through all of them. This is actually a training, and it's aimed at people who want to use the planner in their business. And it's got very real world examples, exactly how I'm using it. So let's go ahead and get, a second about me. So Leela Meinke, I've been a demonstrator since 2007. I've been stamping since 1990, and I'm Silver Elite. I have a team of about 15 or so, give or take, and I love stamping. I was a corporate planner at Hewlett Packard. So I love planning as well. So this is like the best of all worlds. Like I've studied in the industry, planner girl is a term. So I've studied decorating planners, and I do them as well. I have times I do them, times I don't. I also am a Clifton Strengths business coach and strengths coach, and all about engagement and peak performance. And anyway, so corporate planner, business coach, stamper, and stamping business. So, and I love planning. So let's go. I'm going to go ahead and share the very first document, which is what training today is and isn't. So that's the very first thing I'm going to share. And let me stop and restart the share just because I think sometimes I think I'm sharing something and I'm not. All right, so here we go. So training today is and isn't. And by the way, these 4 PDFs, I did a practice session the other day. Thank you so big to everybody. I don't know, about maybe 15 to 30 people, I didn't exactly keep track, have given input and have participated. So thank you for your inputs. So today's the for real session. This is aimed at existing demonstrators who want to use this new planner in your business. It's going to be, it could be any size business. It could be just starting out. It could be a full-blown thing. It's going to be fast-paced but focused. It's a video. You can come back and watch it anytime. And I'm going to go through the 4 PDFs. I'm going to try not to read it line by line, but I'm going to try to stick to the outline so that you've got access to the material. Mostly focused on the US English Planner, but if other volunteers want this format and want to make similar pages, I'm perfectly open to sharing all this. All of this is for fun and for free. It's easier if you have the planner with you, but it's not required. And it's speaking to all levels. So it could be from, I'm not sure if I want the planner, what would I do with it? Brand new demonstrator, brand new business, brand new to planning, all the way to the very seasoned. I've been using planners forever and I've got a business. Like I realize it's going to be the full gamut. So that I'm speaking to that range, but very specifically on how to run your Stampin' Up! Business using the planner. Or using the planner in your business. That's what I would say. It's my view. It's one person's experienced view. You may or may not agree. It's all good. We've started a Facebook group. There's about 30 of us in it. So please join and share your perspective. I really believe there's multiple ways to do it, but I'm going to show you my way and it works. I'm very open to ideas. Like I said, come to the Facebook group. This is for fun and for free. My primary motive, to be honest, the catalyst for this was I was on the SU Leader page and there were people saying, oh my God, I opened the box. I'm overwhelmed. I'm shutting the box. I can't do it. And it's this opportune time where I've kind of paused my skeleton calendar except for the bare minimum because I'm doing a room redesign, which got delayed. So it was this amazing opportune time for me to say, you know what, I've got time, I've got passion, I've got interest. I think we need a community. I think we need to share amongst ourselves. I can do this. Let me pay back what I've been given. So here we are. So I'm sharing the video. I think I'm going to have 2 videos, 4 PDFs. My hope before I even had the practice session was to start a Facebook group, and we've started one. And then my other hope is to put myself in the universe as a coach, as a resource for you, maybe a little bit the way that Tech Help for SU Demos is set up. But anyway, for today, I'm just sharing for fun and for free. and then open to whatever might evolve after that. This is, so some of the stuff what pertain to the practice session. This is not, okay, what are some things this is not? It's not perfect, final, all-inclusive of everything. It's not, this is recorded for public viewing. Share, subscribe. This is not today a sales tool for how to recruit using the planner. I do have an idea. I might do a different video for my customers, and that's I might buy another planner and specifically put like activities related to sending cards in there. I send a lot of cards and I need a different way of kind of tracking all that. And that might be a cool recruiting idea to get people thinking about that. But that's not what we're covering today. This is not aimed at how to use the planner for anything else except using it in your business. Lots of people have lots of ideas how to use it. This is just how to use it in your business. You don't have to own the planner yet, but it'd be easier if you do. It's probably not going to answer all your questions. This is not the only way to set up your planner. I follow closely. So I told you I did Planner Girl stuff back in the day, and then Michael Hyatt Full Focus Planner. So I've really been using that. And the 12-week year, I used Brian Moran right before that. So it follows along kind of that methodology. It's a quarter system, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And again, my primary motive is to serve. If anything else comes out of it, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, and I'm going to go into document 2 now. Hold on one second. Let me get that open. I thank you for your grace and patience as I get this open, as I get it positioned, and as I share. I had done a version of this, and I realized I wasn't sharing my second document, so I'm redoing it. That's good practice. Okay, so now I have 4 PDFs. The first one was labeled O1, training is and isn't. The second one is labeled O2, how to set up your planner, and that's what we're looking at today. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I think I'm also going to do like a separate 5-minute video that just kind of walks you through my pages so you can see it at a glance, but we're not doing that today in this video. So PDF number 2, and you can get these PDFs in the Facebook group SU Planner Girls, or by signing up for my email list. So the very first thing I want to do in how to set up your planner is I want to show you some general photos. I had already written in all my pages before I decided to do this. So Mandy said it was okay to share these photos. So I'm giving credit to Mandy. Thank you. She shared these on the SU Leader page. Here's the binder with different views. Here's the cover. It's beautiful. I'm guessing I'm going to use mine a lot. I don't know how pristine and white it's going to stay, but it's okay. It's beautiful. The inside is petal pink, and that's a bookmark. There's some pockets on both sides. It's a 6-ring binder. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful planner. It comes with sticker, and if you want the specifications, you can go out to, I don't know, the dimensions. I didn't write any of that down. You can look that up. So the 4 sticker pages, there's 2 of this shape and 2 of this, and it's specifically to running your business. So these stickers say recruiting, team meeting, event, things like that. And so super fun to add to your planner, and just, it's fun to plan and it's fun to decorate, right? I mean, we love, and then it's fun to go have the events. So this is a glance of all the different pages. So there that is. But I'm going to take you up through all of them specifically. There's monthly dividers, and Stampin' did it by quarter, and that's very common in the industry. So you can see these 4 quarters. I think there's some confusion. Why are there extra ones and extra? I didn't pay attention. Here's what I have to say. Use the tool. Don't let the tool use you. If there's something in there that confuses you and nobody's given you a good explanation for it, and you're finding a different way to use it, just use it. So that's what I have to say about that. I don't understand why all the numbers are in there, but I'm on June, July, August, and September, and I had what I needed, and that's what I'm using. And if I need to relabel something or make different pages later or whatever, I'll get to that when it comes, and I'll share it with you guys. So anyway, there's dividers, And I understand it goes from July of 2022 through December of 2023. So super excited about that. I also don't know that there are refill pages available. I've gotten that question already, and I don't know of any refill pages. Okay, the next thing that exists is the creating purpose page and the looking ahead page. So on the front, it's creating purpose. On the back, it's looking ahead. And again, I'm just taking you through these generally, and then I'll take you through how I filled them out. I'm calling this a project page. You can call it whatever you want. Stampin' Up! Didn't give it a name. This just looks like a project page to me, so that's what I called it. That's how one way that I intend to use it. That's the front and that's the back. This looks like a list page to me, and on the front it looks like lists, and on the back there's a grid, so I'm just calling that the list page. And I don't know how many you get, but you get a nice handful of both of those, and you can use them how you want. Now we're getting into the months and the weeks. So you've got your divider on the left here, and then you've got a monthly focus page. I'll tell you, the font is really, really light. So what I've done is I've gone in on many of my pages and I've used a pen, and it doesn't smear, and I have that information available to you in the supplies PDF. I've used a pen to write over maybe some of the words and letters and numbers that I can't read. But here you'll just see it as in its glory as it is. It's got all the different prompts. And so you're going to want that sequence. You're going to want your divider page for the month. And then you're going to want monthly focus first and foremost. And then you're going to have your 2-page spread for your 2 months. So this is the front of the monthly 2-page spread. And then on the back is a weekly page, I think. This is a different page, and on the front of it is your monthly focus. So I will show you this when I do like a 5-minute just silent visual walkthrough. But basically, I'm showing you the sequence of events. You're going to have a divider, you're going to have monthly focus, you're going to have 2 pages for your month, and it starts on Monday. So business week starts on Monday, so it starts on Monday. Then after your months, you're going to have about 4 sets of weekly pages because there are about 4 weeks in a month. And on the front of it, you can see Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 weekly goals. And on the back, you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This page has 2 different formats. So when you get to the end of the month, you're actually going to have on the back side, you're going to have a month in review page, and you're going to put that right before your next month's divider. So if this is my June month in review, then I'm going to have my July divider starting right after that. So that's that guy, and I'll take you through that in a little more specifics later. And then you get 3 notebooks that fit inside the planner, and I'll show you how. One is lined, one is plain, and one has grid. So that's what you get, and it's amazing. It's amazing value at $40. Of course, it's amazing free if you join. Many, many, many uses. So now I'm going to talk about how do you set up the planner. And again, one person's view. This is how I set mine up. So this is the sequence of pages in my planner, describes how I actually use it. You may want to go through this in 2 passes. I told you I already wrote all over mine, so I couldn't do it like, oh, set it up like this and then populate it like this. So I've kind of covered it as though I'm covered both at the same time. So you may want to sweep through in 2 passes. You may want to be like, all right, let me get the right pages in the right place. Now let me come back and start adding the content. So, but I know you'll be able to keep up once you have it, and if you decide to get it, and if you follow through. So the very first thing you need to do before setting it up is you do need to make some decisions. How many monthly dividers? Do you want to do a quarter at a time? Do you want to do 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months? Do you want to do all the months? Again, I told you I just do a quarter at a time. Weekly pages, same thing. How many months worth of weeks do you want to include? I can see the case for wanting to have many, many months in at one time, because you may be running a long range business and you may already know what all your retreats are and all your different things. So you may want to have those notes. But weekly pages, they're not all going to fit in the planner at once. And I don't know that we even need them to, right? Weekly is more of a kind of a local thing to like this month and this time frame. So anyway, you're going to have to make decisions. How many monthly dividers, how many weekly pages? You can do 1 month, 3 months, or as many will fit. Store your remaining pages in an easy access, easy to remember area. So I have mine in, this was somebody's idea on the leader page. I love it. I have mine in this magazine that I earned as a leader. But the way that I think about, and I've taken a lot of organizing classes and worked with organizers. One really good kind of hack or tip is like, close your eyes, think about where on earth am I going to, when I need more pages, where am I going to go? Give a moment, think about that. The first thought that came to you, that's where you should store them. So if you have common place that you store your files, hopefully something came to you for that. But you want it easy to access, easy to remember, and you're going to update it regularly. This is a commitment. This isn't like set it up one and done. You can always add more pages or remove some. Like, this is not about perfection. So if you put 3 months in and you're like, well, I really need to be planning for December now, well, then get December in there, right? Okay, so make your decisions of what you think you're going to do, then get started, set up your planner. So I put, you can't see it, but on the left over here of this photo, I put my 4 sticker pages because I use them. I've used quite a bit of them already. And then I didn't show you this, but there's a 2022-2023 page. So I put that as the first page because I kind of like to see a year at a glance. And so that's my very first page, although I've since made an update. Then I put the creating purpose page. So on the front, it's creating purpose, and on the back, it's looking ahead. So I want to tell you what are some prompts on this page and what are some things you can populate. It asks you for, and let me see if I can zoom in just a little more. It asks you for your values, your skills, your passion, and I forgot what the 4th thing is, but, and your mission. So guess what? Stampin' Up, like if you don't know, like my team already has team values. That was an exercise we did a long time ago, and I serve them up at every team meeting every month. I just share, here's our team values. But if you don't have them, if you don't have personal values that you've intentionally sat down and thought about, like something that's really important to you, Stampin' Up gave us some. So at minimum, you can put it down, Stampin' Up's values. We care about people first. I love that. We act with courage. We better our best, and we own it. We're accountable. Like, honestly, if that's all we had for values, they're amazing. So, so you can put your values. I actually had brainstormed a list of things I was passionate about. I'm just a list gal, and one day I'm like, I'm doing too much kit production and too much die cutting, and I'm not doing enough of what I love. So I like brainstormed everything I loved. So I kind of came over here and, I wrote down it on a notebook paper, and then I was like, oh my God, I have that list. So I was able to put it in here. So that was amazing. Put down your skills. I told you I'm a Clifton Strengths coach and big, ginormous fan. By the way, Sarah has talked about Clifton Strengths. My number 1 is learner. That's like my lens on the world. So I kind of wrote down like my lens on the world. My lens on the world is learning. Number 2 is input. Input's all about tools. So of course I'm here today. I'm sharing, I'm teaching and training and having an educational and learning environment about an amazing tool. So anyway, I put my Clifton Strengths there and some other, skills I've had through my corporate life. And that helps me, it just helps me like connect to the vision and connect to the purpose and how am I here to serve? And then finally there's mission. And if you don't have your own mission statement, mine, I didn't even exactly write it here yet. I like to help people. I'm here to help people with creative expression and authentic, amazing, inspired creative expression of big impact. Like that's my personal mission. And then I've got some other things I wrote down here too. But if you don't know your mission, if you haven't done that work yet, at minimum, you could write down Stampin' Up's mission: to love what we do, share what we love, as we help others enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments. In this, we make a difference. So if nothing else, you've already got like 2 of the answers for you. Can't see it here. The back of the creating purpose page has looking ahead, and I'm not going to speak to that right now. I took a project page and I put a word for the year. I actually have a word for the year. It's play. This type of thing is play for me. So I'm just like in my heyday. So you can write down, you can follow this format. It's follows Ellie Edwards. But now I've kind of created my own course around it called Creative Intentions. But anyway, my word for the year is play. How is it defined? I'm going to put a photo there. Is there a cool quote? And what are my intentions? And my intentions are to play, be kind, love today. So anyway, you can come back to this or you can do it as inspired. Or you can use this project page in a way that you think you need to start putting things. But anyway, I put a word for the year. Next up, I put a list page. I told you the orange pages, I call them lists. So I put a list page next. Here's my, well, I was calling it a wish list, and then Patty Bennett changed it to shopping list. So now I've got both because I may or may not get exactly everything on it. But here's specifically from Stampin' Up, my wish and shopping list. So some people save everything online. I find that I can't do that during pre-order period because you can't add more than one thing. So I like to have a list somewhere, and this is a perfect place to have a list. So there's that guy. I put another list page, and it's my running to-do list. It's much more full now. And I also, you can see that there's a bookmark right there. So I put a bookmark right there. I added a project page next, and this is an annual view. So I broke it down into this quarter, then the following quarter, then the following 2 quarters. And it's super duper high level. So the more the farther away the time gets, the higher level and more general the training, the milestones are. So I just was making, like, World Card Making Day is in October to December, and I don't want to forget about that because sometimes it creeps up on me and like surprises me, and it's like, no, I want to get ahead of it. So anyway, so you can just be making notes of things you're going to do during quarters coming up. Okay, now let's get to the months and the weeks, which a lot of it, this is the nuts and bolts. So you've got your divider. This is a June divider. June didn't have a 2-page monthly spread. It just didn't. So I guess because it's really, this is pre-order, it's really going to start in July. So that's fine. I'm using it anyway. So I started right out with my weekly priorities, and this was my June 6 to 12, and it had what were my priorities for that week. The section down here is big 3. And then up here, I just had my different dates and what some of my different activities were. Now, you want to know something cool? How did I get that highlight right there? That's actually one of the stamps that comes with the set. It's like a rectangle, and I stamped it in Daffodil Delight. Now, is this the prettiest page? Maybe not, but it works for me. I got stuff done, and it's so satisfying to come in and just mark something done. And it's super satisfying to mark it done with a stamp and just be like, it's done. So anyway, there's even more highlights there now. Then this is my next week. The farther out in time you go, the little more general it is. And it's got a place for big 3 goals. It's absolutely an operating principle in planners that you have a maximum of 3 big things a week, 3 big things a day. So I try to adhere to that. So going on then here, this is just still the rest of my June. It's my team meeting. Then I go on vacation. Here's that monthly review for June. It's the end of the month, and it's right before the next divider. And for me, I've already started, like, we redid our floor. I told you I'm having a remodel in here. So we did the floor. It's already done. The floor is done. And that when were some of the obstacles, I already know those. And then accomplishment, I think we're going on vacation. Super excited about that. So I already wrote that. But anyway, I think I've covered a lot of this stuff, so I'm not going to repeat that. You can read it when you get the PDF. I will say, I made this bigger font on legibility. I had eye surgery last year, so I really needed to manually rewrite all the dates and everything. So if you see like nice dark print, didn't come that way. I manually went in and did it, and it was worth the time. Okay, now I'm going to move on to, I think this is July. This is a month view. So now I'm on to July. So I've got my monthly focus, And I'm starting to use some of the little stickers. Like really in July, I kind of paused my skeleton calendar. I want to declutter. I want to redo this room. So really my biggies in July, I want to continue decluttering and I want to gradually ramp up my skeleton calendar again. Having paused, I realized there's a few things I want to do a little bit differently. So that was lovely. And then here's some big dates that I want to have happen in July. There's a shopping list there. Haven't decided how to use it. Remember to excited about. I think that's going to be a really big thing. Like when we're excited about something, it shows and it's infectious. And we're going to be, I will just tell you, it's a business principle. We'll be better performers if we're excited about something. So here's July. I wrote out all my dates. I wrote down the big. When does celebration start? When does the mini start? When is pumpkin due? Like, it's a great way to look at all the activity that's happening with Stampin' Up! And then with your skeleton calendar. Again, I only put dividers through September. Many planners operate quarterly. So that's what I did. I think I covered all of these things. Oh, I don't keep appointments in my calendar. I keep appointments in Google Calendar. And I'll talk a little bit more about hybrid. Like, what do you do digitally? What do you do mobile? What do you do in your planner? Again, you're going to do whatever works for you with all your tools. And then the final thing I would say is that at the very end, this is the lined notebook, and it's the one with the yellow polka dots. And I don't know if you can see this, but the last page of the notebook fits just right inside. It just tucks right in the back of the planner. And then I had done an activity that's called clustering. So on the very first page, when I first got my planner, I did an activity called clustering. I wrote planner and I wrote down what are all the things I want to make sure that I have in my planner. And so I kind of brainstormed all of that. And then I made sure I found a place for all of that. So that's a great brainstorming activity. You might do that as you're setting up your planner too. And then the way I want to use this notebook, and it follows a really, really good principle of you only put one thing in one place. So I'm really, really trying to like only use this planner for these very specific things and only this planner. No more writing on grid paper and yellow stickies and everything anywhere. I'm going to use this notebook. And so what I've done is there's 64 pages. So I wrote out 1 through 64. And then page 1, you saw page 1. Page 1 has a number right there. It's 1 with a circle. Yes, I manually wrote those. This takes time and commitment. This is my planner brainstorm. So then I've labeled it planner brainstorm. Pages 2, 3, and 4 are just an index or a table of contents. I had a team member ask me about how can I make the most out of celebration. So I'm brainstorming for a training for her. For my leaders, I have 3 leaders, how to make the most of celebration. So I've got my notes there so that when I go to do that training, I've got that there. I have a bunch more pages filled in here now. I used this to even keep track of what I wanted to do in this notebook. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to go to the next topic. So the next topic is going to be, and again, I know this is a lot of information. You may need to watch it again. You can replay it. It's a recorded video and the notes are available. So we're going to move to a new topic now. This is super fun. It went over really well at the practice training that I did. Let's get inky and creative in our planners. Now there's a fine balance. I'm going to tell you that. Oops, I'm not sharing. Oops, I know that. I'm not sharing. Sorry about that. Okay. Hopefully I'm sharing. All right, let's get inky and creative in our planners. Now there's a fine balance I want to tell you between, do I spend all my time planning? Do I spend all my time decorating? Do I spend all my time doing and not planning? Like we're going to be in one of those buckets very likely. And the answer is balance. So it's kind of fun to get a little bit inky, but not too crazy. It's good to plan, but not be so much in the planning that you're not doing. And it's good to do. I mean, ultimately, that's what we want is to get our actions done. But if we're just doing without stepping back and connecting to a vision and connecting to purpose and having a bigger picture, then we're just kind of like overwhelmed and frantic and everywhere. So planning can help us with our decision making. It can help the day-to-day go a little bit smoother. But I'm going to talk for a minute just about the part of getting inky and creative. 2 reasons why we would do this. 1, it's fun. I'm telling you, it's so satisfying to just stamp and be like, my daffodil delight, little rectangle, that action's done. Woo! Like that feels awesome. So sense of accomplishment. Actually, there's 3 reasons. The other is it can be pretty, right? And then, I forgot the 3rd. So we'll just keep going. So here's how to get inky and creative in our planners. 1 is you could the photo pages, the variety pack of photo pages fit 6 by 8. So I'm showing you here in my planner, I've actually added, that's the 4-up like photo page. So it's, of course you can see there's only 2 hole punches and the planner has 6 hole punches. So I'll show you a little hack how to get around that, but they fit is the bottom line, what I want to share with you. It fits. And, oh, I know the 3rd thing about why to have a planner. Planning and why to like decorate it, it's to be inspired and it's to connect to our vision. And so you saw we covered the whole gamut of like, what's my purpose and what's my vision. And so for me, on my very first page, I'm going to put a picture of my puppy. I'm going to put a picture of Stamp with Leela with all my Zoom participants. Anyway, I've got my husband, I've got like a number of different pictures. Like this is why I do it. I'm probably going to put a bunch of color in there because I love to connect with color. So I'm going to put my why first and foremost. So every time I open my planner, I'm smiling of like, this is why I do this. This is why I do these action items. So anyway, you can do that. There is a kit in the US. These are all US. I hope everything's available everywhere. I don't know. I'm here in the US, so I'm going to share that. But there's a kit called Today is the Day. I haven't seen it yet, but when I was sharing my training, someone in the session was like, you have to get this kit. It matches exactly. So there's cards and stickers that relate to planning and days and all of that. So I'm super excited. So what do? We all enable each other, right? So I'm going to get that. I do have this Love This Memory Notebook kit. It's a new in the kit collection. And like those sheets right there are letters. So that would be super cool to put in the planner. Anyway, the colors are a little bit different, but I thought that would match too. Alphabet bundle could be fun. It's a perfect size alphabet for your planner. And then there's that little punch. If you want to put your budget or if you want to put receipts or if you want to put memento, you could pop some pockets in there. It's super fun to kind of have interactive things going on. Extra blocks, you won't need this ginormous guy. I just took a picture of all the blocks, but I like to actually permanently mount my stamps so that some of my planner stamps, so that I've just got them right at my fingertip, and I can just, have those. So I like to do that. I like to have a lot of blocks so that I'm not like taking off and putting on when I'm like really in the thick of it. Watercolor shapes, how fun would this be to like just stamp it and then put a quote inside of it, right? Or to put like, these are my big 3 right now. This is what I'm focused on. I thought these flowers matched the True Beauty. I know other people are kind of saying maybe Abigail Rose. Anyway, of what's available right now, I really think these match. So that's the True Beauty stamps. The Stepping Stone stamp set has some inspirational follow your own star, dream no small dreams. So that's super fun. Super cute. I just got a swap card with this little girl. She's so cute. But anyway, I really picked this because of the little puppy, because I just got a new puppy. But if you like to put people in your planner, this would be super cute. Fabulous Frames dies would be great to kind of emphasize things. Days to remember, if you want to stamp out months or days. I thought this, like if a super ginormous goal was achieved that you're super duper proud of, for me, it would be the incentive trip. Like I want it and I'm far away from it, but I'm still hopeful and I'm not giving up on it. But anyway, if you like have a big achievement, this would be super fun to put in your own planner. And then I just have my ink pads right here, but unink spots might be something that you do just to have a little station set up. And I put the coordinating colors right there. So those are the things that you can buy on the customer site. Things that you need if you're a demo, and things that you can get non-CSV, demo only, SU supplies. There's stickers that match. There's a mouse pad that matches. If you like to be matchy-matchy. There's like little stickers, sticky notepads. There's magnets. I'm definitely going to get these folders for some extra like larger notes that I take. Sadly, the grid paper, the matching grid paper has been discontinued. So sadly, you can't get that. And I know that because I went out and looked up the number and I typed it in and it said discontinued. And then somebody showed this, let's create together. Let's see if I can make it bigger. There's like these really cool emojis right here that would be kind of fun, like a little heart shape and some different shapes right there. Love what you do. So create, right? So this is our let's create together. So super fun. Now, some things that are not Stampin' Up. Thank you, Carrie, for this suggestion. She uses a totally Tiffany planner shelf on its side. I realize I didn't put the part number in here, but it's in the Facebook page. But just be on the lookout for some kind of planner shelves that are going to work for you. Totally Tiffany's got great stuff. Pens and pencils. So someone in the Facebook group mentioned Pilot Free Zone pencils, bunch of colors, and they erase well. I use the Uniball 207 Impact Gel Pen Bold Point Black if you're looking on Amazon, and it doesn't smear. It hasn't smeared in my planner. If you've got sweaty hands, sometimes I do, you got to be careful, but it does not smear, and you can't see it on the other side of the planner. And then a hole punch guide. I made my own hole punch guide. I just cut out a chipboard, rectangle chipboard. I decorated it with the Design Daydream Hostess Designer Series paper because I thought this petal pink was perfect. I lined it up. I used my Crocodile to make the holes. And then now when I want to make holes in something, I put the guide on the piece of paper. I use my take your pick tool, and I kind of poke where the hole punch is going to go, and then I use my Crocodile and punch out the pages. So that's enough of that. I'm going to stop sharing. And then the final thing I have, and I know this is a lot, so you can come back. Oopsie. Oops, I got to open number 4. I know this is a lot. So do it in small doses, like just watch a little bit and then come back and watch a little bit more. So the final thing is that I want to just give some guiding principles. Let me share for how to use this planner in your business. It's one thing to set it up, but we really need to like use it. It's kind of like, I would liken it to if you're on a budget, you don't just sit down and do the numbers all at once. You track it in your checkbook, or you track it in Quicken, or you track it in QuickBooks, or wherever you do. And what do? Sometimes you overspend. So you got to get back on the horse and like readjust and say, all right, I have $200 less. What am I going to do? Well, or let's say you're trying to lose weight. Same thing. You might have your plan and then you've got your tracker. Like anything you want to be intentional about takes looking up front, tracking it, adjusting course, learning, being inspired, like all the things, right? So the same thing with planning, the same thing with time management. We either, take ownership of it, or it kind of takes ownership of us. So this final document is using the planner in your business. And I'm just going to touch on a few of these things. I'll repeat this fantastic quote. We used to say it, I'm Lean Six Sigma certified. It's all about processes. Use the tool. Don't let the tool use you. So this is here to help you. This isn't here to imprison you. This isn't here to make you a victim. This isn't here to be like beholden to the planner. Like use it to be inspired, and use it to get perspective, and use it to hold yourself accountable. So use the tool. Don't let the tool use you. Few questions. What's a good system for setting up my planner? That was a different PDF. Where do I store extra pages? Janet Wakeland in her video said she puts them in a Ziploc baggie. The magazine file holder, I forgot who said that, but oh my goodness, it's perfect. It fits in the Making Plans collection kit box. It also fits in any of the kit collection boxes, which happens to be the same size as a paper pumpkin box. So, so there you go. I'm going to come back to this topic, my planner setup. How do I use it? I'm going to go to some of the other things first. I'm going to talk about why. So, how do I connect with my why? Like, planning is the whole range of what am I here for? Like, what's my purpose? And then are my actions supporting that? So many different ways to connect with your why. You could dedicate a page or a spread to word for the year. And I gave you just an awesome format for that I first learned from Ellie Edwards. You could create a small vision board. So just do any of the videos that are out there or PDFs that are out there. How do you create a vision board? But basically, you go through a magazine, you pick out a bunch of cool pictures that inspire you, and you put them on a vision board. You could add photo pages. I have a really cool course, which word for the year, and it's less about, it's kind of this whole thing, but it's less about actions and more about like really being intentional. So it's pretty cool. And then Ellie Edwards has a great class on one little word. How can I connect with my why? Those are some of the things I could do. Why do I connect with my why? Like, what am I here for? What am I here for? I mean, the pandemic taught me we're here for like the tiniest little moment, and we need to cherish those moments. What am I doing with my day that's making a difference in the lives of others? So, and we all have our own unique purpose. So let's take a moment and kind of connect with that. And then let's the actions support that. So those are some things about why. Pivoting, let's say our why is to help others share what we love, stamping. What would be good for business, Stampin' Up! Business people to have in what Rhonda Wade would call a skeleton calendar. I added one of my own things, but also learned these from her. Participate in a team meeting. Lead one, attend one, or both. But team meetings every month just to stay connected. Hold at least one class per month or per quarter. I have a team member who owns her own like financial services business. She can't do a class a month, but her goal is one a quarter. Send cards and recognitions. Like that's what we do. We make and send cards. And then I added this one because it's not just like breathing to me. Like I got to remember it each time. I forgot to order my own catalogs this time. So get catalogs out on time for each catalog period. Like those are some good basics, but then that's like the beginning. And then there's all kinds of activities you can do from there. Getting inky and creative in our planners. I gave you a supply list. Going mobile, managing notes and data. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. I'm just going to say this is here for you to read it. I'm going to say it can be done. Your planner is not going to be everything and all things. There's a guiding principle in organizing. You have one place for like items, one place for like items. So for instance, I only have my physical addresses in stamps.com. I only have email addresses in MailChimp for my subscribers or in my Gmail contacts for if I'm going to be just, it's personal and I'm sending notes. So I'm not going to go through all these appointments I told you. I don't put them in my planner. I only have them in Google Calendar. So some of the harder topics are note taking and to-do lists. It gets complicated. The guiding principle is to store everything alike in one place. So, and the goal is if you jotted it somewhere else, like on grid paper, get it to the one place as soon as you possibly can. So I showed you what I'm doing for note taking, and I'm really going to hold myself accountable for like doing that. To-do lists is kind of the same thing. You can jot to-dos everywhere. And so where is your master source for to-do lists? It's either going to be on my weekly page or it's going to be on my to-do list. Only exception is I have some routines and I just do them, wash, rinse, repeat. I don't need to put them on my to-do list because it's a routine. It's wash, rinse, repeat. So not that this would be a whole nother training. Other stuff, people use planners differently. So have fun with it. And then the only other thing I'm going to say, I'm going to scroll back up to, what do you do? How do I really use it? Daily, monthly, quarterly, annually. I don't want to overwhelm you. I probably already am. The basic idea, and I've tried covering this already, in your planner, you can have your vision, you can have your detailed steps to live that vision, you track your journey, you make adjustments as you go along. So if you've ever done anything else, like losing weight, if you've ever done anything else, like managing a budget, this is just time management. It's the same thing. It's making decisions about time ahead of time so that you're not sitting down every new day going, gosh, what should I do today? It's like having a bigger picture view. And it ties to like, what's our purpose and why are we here? So the planner invites that perspective, and it's a tool to help us. So a couple of highlights from all these notes, you're welcome to read them, kind of what some routines are on a regular basis. Start small, gradually build habits and routines, keep it simple. And then there's suggestions here for what to do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. And then we stay accountable. So you could have an accountability buddy. You could join a mastermind that kind of holds you accountable every week. You could, at your team meetings with either your team or with your team leader, you can have accountability. I'll repeat, sticking to 3 things. If it's more than that, then we're trying to do everything for everybody. Get back up on the horse if you fall off. And it shouldn't say if you fall off, it's going to say when you fall off. Learn, adjust. It's kind of like meditation. Like we're centered, we go out, we come back. We go out, we come back. Daily gratitude. Gratitude makes all the difference. And to continue the conversation in Facebook, please join the SU Planner Girls. We'd love to have you. And to stay connected with me, you can go to lilamonkey.com/subscribe. And I'll just be sharing a little bit more about planning. I don't flood people with a lot of emails. I love to connect, top priority for me. So thank you so much, and spread the word.